This is a great hybrid practice, meaning they're poses of a nice variety, both standing and seated and supine, in a nice short practice that includes Shavasana. You'll be able to see lots of friends that have practiced with me over the years. Enjoy the practice. Close your eyes and enjoy your breath. Take a moment to center yourself, create an intention for the practice. Now come to hands and knees and work with your breath as you move your spine. On the in-breath, lift your chin high. On the exhale breath, draw your gaze inward. And do that 2 more times. Inhale, press firmly into the earth and lift your chin high. And then exhale again. Get the back body so full. 1 more. Inhale, breathing in through the nose, lift the chin high. And then exhale, draw the tailbone in, draw your gaze in. And then come back to center, and on all fours position, reach your right foot to the right side, and then come up to a kneeling position. Take your right hand to the right leg and extend your left arm up and reach to the side in this nice side lengthening pose. Enjoy your breath as you draw the underside ribs up. Take the head of the arm bone back, and then come to all fours position again and extend the opposite leg to the side. Root down through the foot and then draw the foot in toward the knee, and then extend your arm up. As you reach the opposite hand toward the ankle, extend with the fingers so spread so that you're drawing in from the fingers to the pelvis, and then reach to the side. Come back to all fours position, and then place the hands 1 handprint higher, and lift yourself up to downward facing dog. And feel free to just move slightly to just get the back body just a little bit more enthusiastic. Just bring your awareness to that back body, almost like you're bicycling the legs. Just extend down from the pelvis to the heels to get that length, and have your breath very strong to get even more length in the side body. 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. Now walk your feet up to the front of the mat and come to Tadasana, nice standing pose. Just take a moment and close your eyes and just come to the breath and see how the breath can enhance the length of the side body even more. Just soften the facial muscles, soften your jaw. Draw in from spread toes to the pelvis. From spread fingers, draw in from the fingers toward the heart and then down to the pelvis. And then expand from the pelvis to the earth and then from the pelvis to the crown of the head. On the next inhale breath, reach your hands up to the sky in Urdhva Hastasana, and almost as if you are taking a seat, come to Utkatasana. Bend the knees and draw the thighs more parallel to the earth. Reach the arms up to the sky. Have the arms and the ears line up. Take the arms just slightly wider apart. 2 more breaths here in this pose. Continue to hug the feet in toward the midline. Root down on the next in-breath to rise up, and on the exhale breath, release your hands. Take a wide stance now, and come to Badakanasana number 2. So bend your right knee. And see if you can take the thigh more parallel. And as you're ready, lift your arms up. Keep the back leg very strong. Extend the front arm forward. And just soften the breath even more. Root down through the back leg and rise up and turn to the other side. So bend the left knee as you maintain strength in the back leg, and on the in-breath, expand and lift your arms again. Spread the fingers, draw in from the fingertips all the way to the pelvis. Expand out from the pelvis to the fingertips and out through the crown of the head as you take your gaze softly over the extended hand. Now come back to downward facing dog. And enjoy your breath here in the downward facing dog. Release the head so that the ears line up, and once again you can just kind of bicycle the legs. Maintain strength through the hands. Maintain strength through the legs. On the next in-breath, take the right foot right between the hands. Slowly straighten the right leg to come to triangle pose. Keep the left hand to the waist. Take the head of the arm bone back. Lift the underside ribs. Reach the arm up to come to the full triangle pose. Enjoy 2 breaths here. 1 more breath. And release your hands down and come to downward facing dog just so that you could trade sides. Now with your left foot forward, your right foot back, once again, come to triangle pose. Maintain strength in the legs by drawing the feet in toward each other. You can reach your left hand down, and just as we did with that strong rooted quality of the left hand to the shin bone, to a block, to the floor, keep the head of the arm bone back. Extend your right arm up. Enjoy your breath in this pose. Release your hands down to the mat. Come back to downward facing dog so that you can trade sides again to take the right foot forward. This time, square your hips to the front of the mat. Slowly straighten your front leg and lift yourself all the way up. So the hips now are squared to the short edge of the mat. Take your hands either in elbow frame, or you can take your hands in a prayer position as shown here. Sometimes the wrists and the shoulders just aren't so happy with that. So if you just hold on to the elbows in the elbow frame, that'd be fine too, to come to Badakanasana. First, root down through the back leg, even take more weight to the back foot. On the exhale breath, come down to the forward fold. So you can come halfway down in the forward fold. So you maintain that strength in the back leg, reach the crown of the head forward, maintaining the heads of the arm bones back. Root down through the back foot and inhale and rise up out of the pose. Now trade sides. Take the left foot forward, the right foot back. And if you were in the elbow frame, stack the arms the opposite way or take the hands in the reverse namaste position as shown before. Keep the heads of the arm bones back. Maintain that rooted quality of the back foot, and then come halfway down into the pose. Not only are you maintaining strength in the back leg, but there's a certain action that you're drawing the feet isometrically in toward each other. Maintain that strength of the back leg and that hugging in feeling, and you'll see you'll be able to just soften and come just slightly further into the forward fold. Root down through the back foot. Inhale, rise up and release your hands. Step the back foot forward to come to Tadasana. On the in-breath, reach your arms up. On the exhale, come down to a forward fold. Enjoy your breath here in the forward fold. Now, bend your knees and come to a squat position. So if a squat position doesn't work for your knees, don't do that. But if you can come to a squat position in such a way that your heels press down to the earth, take your feet pretty wide apart so that you can find that rooted quality of the heels on the earth. Or some of you can even take your feet together. So come to a position that works for you and enjoy your breath. You might even want to do a nice forward fold. Keep the breath very full. And as you're ready, you can sit the buttocks down to the earth. Keep your feet together to come to Badakanasana. Take your hands behind your back and just press the fingertip tops down so that you can come slightly more forward on your sit bones. Have the feet in this nice tight prayer pose where they're drawing in toward each other, and even lift your knees up quite a bit so that you can just feel that engagement of the upper inner thighs. Take the heads of the arm bones back and lift your chin. Enjoy your breath. You can close your eyes just to help open the front part of the body as you just invite the shoulders to draw in toward each other. Now open your eyes and straighten your legs. Come to Dandasana. Once again, fingertip top position right alongside the pelvis to encourage you to come more forward on the sit bones. So stay in the seated pose, the Tadasana of seated poses actually, and enjoy the breath. Now take the arms up, reach up toward the sky, take the hands slightly wider apart with the arms aligned with the ears, the backs of the legs pressing into the earth, your kneecaps lifting up toward the pelvis. On the exhale breath, just bow slightly forward. Maintain the rooted quality of the legs. Reach forward. So we're not rounding the spine on this one. We're just trying to keep it really long, trying to elongate the side body, elongate the backs of the legs. Reach as if you're reaching way beyond your toes here. And then root down through the legs and inhale, rise up. Again, come to that same prayer pose with the feet in Badakanasana. Press the feet in toward each other. Lift the heads of the arm bones to continue to lengthen through the side body. As you drop more forward on the sit bones, see now maybe you can even do a slight forward fold with all the length that we have achieved through the side-to-side stretches with the breath work. See if you can draw your heart slightly forward. Once again, root down and rise up. This time just straighten one leg. Straighten your left leg and keep your right leg folded in like it was in Badakanasana. Extend your right arm up toward the sky so that you exaggerate the right side ribs and then reach toward the extended left foot. If you can grab onto the toes, feel free. Press down through the left hand to encourage the left side ribs to lift up. On the next in-breath, lift yourself all the way up. And come to Badakanasana once again. Enjoy your breath. Come to a nice elongation of both sides with the feet hugging in. And now let's do Janu Shirshasana to the opposite side. So keep your left foot folded in. And just like we did before, extend your left arm up toward the sky, root down through your right fingertips, and reach as if you're reaching well beyond the right foot. Let the left hand fall where it will easily fall. And if you can take your both hands now on the shin bone or on the toes, feel free to. Use your breath to get even more extension, even more fullness to the side ribs. And with the exhale breath, just widen the elbows as you lift the elbows slightly. As the elbows lift up, you'll see you get so much more length of the side body. And that fullness of the breath, that extension that you give to the side ribs, allow you to enjoy more fullness in the side of Janu Shirshasana. On the in-breath, now lift yourself up and lie on your back. Just bend your knees and plant your feet. And then cross your right ankle to the top of the left knee. And then hug the left thigh in, interlace your fingers behind the belly of the left hamstrings there, and encourage your right knee to draw really wide away from your right ear. Keep your right toes active. Even though the form of the pose has you lift your shoulder blades slightly away from the earth, your action is to continue to draw the heads of the arm bones back to the earth. So have this kind of resistance as you draw the knee wide, even hugging the left thigh in. Release. And come to the other side. Take the left ankle on top of the right knee, just above the right knee, and then hug the right thigh in. Again, interlace your fingers right to the belly of the hamstrings. Tendency is always to draw the waistline back so that it feels like everything is flat against the floor. But the more I try to get a little arch in the low back, the more I find, as I respect the natural curves of the spine, it just kind of puts another element of quality in the pose. Working to always refine the alignment of the pose as you go just slightly deeper. For myself, it manages to help open the rotator muscles just a little bit more in the middle of the buttocks there. Release out of the pose. Now you can take the arms in a T position with the knees bent, the feet planted. Hug the knees in so that the inner knees touch, and just reach the knees over to the side, to the right side. And if the left shoulder gets compromised, meaning it leaves the floor in the twist, then feel free to just lift the knees up. So we want the twist just in the thoracic spine. So keep the shoulder blades rooted. Maintain very active legs by spreading the toes and hugging the inner knees in. And on the in-breath, root down through the pelvis and lift the knees back to center. Not draw the knees to the opposite side. Just keep the knees bent, keep the inner knees hugging in. Maintain the strength of the arms by drawing the heads of the arm bones back to the earth. Lift your chin slightly so that you get a nice curve to the cervical spine. And just like I was talking about in the last pose, see if you can even get a little bit more of a curve of the low back by just reaching the inner thighs back. So the lumbar spine gets a nice curve. And then inhale, root down, and rise up. Now, before Shavasana, you can hug the thighs in or come to Happy Baby or whatever pose would just kind of make you feel much more balanced. It's a nice, simple practice, some very basic poses that work in a nice all-around sort of hybrid practice for us today. As you're ready, you can just release your legs to the earth. Let your arms and your legs be very heavy on the earth. And enjoy your Shavasana.